Hello and welcome back to what should be the last episode of the regular season in Season 2 of the White Sox March to October. We pretty much have everything locked up here. This key moment technically is our chance to officially clinch the division, but you can see there, I mean, it's been clinched for a while if we're being honest. So all we gotta do here is keep our lead for 2 more innings, finish this one off, and then we'll see what the rest of the season has in store. If it sims to the end, if it makes us play another game or 2, we'll play it by ear. Oh, geez, okay. Striking out in the first at-bat with Eloy. Moncada, I think that might bloop in? No, it doesn't. Turner, I don't think that's gonna get down either. Alright, so we do nothing here in our first inning. Might just have to make do with our 1-run lead. Gonna go to Aaron Bummer here. Got a couple lefties in a row, and I feel like it's on me to be the one to use Aaron Bummer because the game just for whatever reason doesn't want to. Oh, come on with the eye here, doll. Dude. That should be okay. At least we get the 1. Oh, you can't be upset. You know what you're going to get with Sano when he's in the field. There we go. That's what we needed. That was big. Still don't know why the CPU insists on flip-flopping TA and Trey Turner every once in a while. Like, if they're both in the game, keep them at their right positions. I don't get it. There we go. Bummer gets out of it. Still hasn't allowed a run on the season. And I mean, when you got Hendricks to lock down a save, you can feel pretty good. Yeah, I'm just not hitting today. I mean, it's a good thing that not much of what I do is probably going to matter in this episode. We're kind of just like trying to count down the rest of these games here and make it to the end. But Luis Robert? Oh, it didn't even get down. Okay. Jeez. Alright, well, I guess Asa Lacy is someone to look out for. Alright, Liam, do your thing. Down to a 166 ERA, 37 saves. And there's 1. 3 pitches. Ah, we couldn't get the strikeout. That's fine. That's 2 outs. And we get Salvi down swinging. Another just completely stress-free save for Liam Hendricks. He's been unbelievable here this season. And I think, yeah, I mean, that was the whole point of this moment. We officially locked down the division, even though we pretty much already knew. Momentum's just going to go right back up. It lied to me again. It said we got 3. That was only 2. And what are we going to have for the rest of the year? Are we going to play anymore? I feel like in the last couple March to Octobers I've done, even though things have been completely clinched, we've still had to play a couple more games before the end of the year. But we're just simming, man. Maybe we will go all the way to the end. Nope. Of course, we gotta play one last game on the final day of the season. Sure, why not? 113 wins. What's the record? It's 116, right? Yeah, the Mariners, they went 116 and 46, so we can't set the record this season. But hey, we came pretty close. And the good thing about having our final moment in the final game is we do get a chance here to look at the league leaders right before the end of the season. So it's basically going to be what it's going to be here. And Yoan Moncada, I mean, batting average, I guess when it's a 1-point difference, that is something that can swing. But as of right now, Yoan Moncada is the batting champion. So unless, you know, he goes 0-for and Trout doesn't in this last game, we might lock that up. Luis Robert also top 5. Got a 315 batting average. Dude, I don't know also. I don't know if we'll get a chance. I don't think we got a chance to see awards after season 1. But I would love to know who's going to end up winning AL MVP in this season, because if we go to Trout, he has been having one of the greatest seasons of all time, you know, from the start of the season on. He's got 40 doubles, 40 homers, 130 driven in, 334 on base, 334 average, 424 on base, He must be dipping lately though, because for the whole season when I've checked on him, his slugging was up over 700 and his OPS was like 1200. So he must be slipping here at the end of the season a little bit. So I guess technically this isn't as good of a season as he had the year before. I'm shocked because like I said, all year that slugging was over 700. The OPS was at least 1100. Most of the time it was up near 1200. But like Shohei, look at what he's done on the mound. 16-3 record, 244 innings for Shohei, 255 strikeouts and an ERA under 3. And then at the plate, I mean, what are we even doing? 30 homers, almost 40 doubles, 14 steals, so only 4 times caught, and the average is over 300. What's this guy? He's got, as a DH, I'm assuming, which is tough to accumulate WAR, but offensively, he has 5.9 wins above replacement. What about pitching? 5.3. So that's an over 11 win season in terms of wins above replacement. So yeah, I would be curious to see who gets MVP. It would have to be Ohtani at this point, because Trout, I mean, Trout still has an amazing year, but it's a little less ridiculous than it had been. But anyway, let's move on here. A couple guys over 200 hits. Doubles, we got Trey Turner. It's honestly kind of surprising he didn't get up to 60, because he was at like 40 doubles by the halfway point in the year. So I mean, that'd be tough to duplicate, but if he even got half of that, he would have been to 60. Eloy leading the league in homers. I don't know if he'll make it to 50. He'd have to have 2 in this final game here. So there's a chance, but that's good to see from him. Nobody else in the top 10. Well, Grandal tied for 10th, I guess. He's also leading in RBI, so 2 of the 3 Triple Crown spots. And Trey Turner, our leadoff hitter. Every game he bats leadoff. He's 4th in the AL in RBI. That's crazy. Runs scored, you got Turner at number 2. Vlad, wow. Vlad's having a season too. Stolen bases, Turner 4 with 38. On base, Moncada is number 2, right behind Trout there. And then slugging, Trout is way out in front. Not quite that 700 that he had for most of the year. We got Eloy and Luis Robert peeking their way on the leaderboard there. OPS, that's going to be Trout, obviously leading that category. Luis Robert 8. Pitching wins, you got Severino tied for the league lead at 21. What was the last time we saw a 20-game winner in a season? I feel like it's been a while, unless I'm just forgetting. Actually, no, I am forgetting, because didn't Urias from the Dodgers do it last year? And then he's also tied for losses. And then Giolito, number 5. Saves, Hendricks couldn't quite get there. 40 saves is only good for 8th on the leaderboard, but I mean, he's had a crazy year. He's I don't know if you could say dropped off, but he's at least had a little bit of struggle since that last game I just pitched with him in, giving up a couple runs, a couple walks. ERA, you got Giolito here, just above a 3. Lynn is right around there too. The NL, dude, not a lot of crazy low ERAs. I mean, Walker Buehler, his ERA plus might be crazy because he's got the league lead and it's like 0.4 lower than the next closest, and then even more if you're just talking National League. And Kyle Hendricks, look at the season he had, making his return to form apparently. Shutouts, we had 4 from Cease, Lynn, and Severino. Cease ended the year strong. Remember, he was right with Kopech struggling at the beginning, but he ended up having a really good year. 3.5 ERA, 227 strikeouts, cut down a little bit on the walks. I mean, I guess actually factoring in the innings pitched, cut down a decent amount on the walk. Strikeouts, you had Sale leading the league, 262. Ohtani, that's crazy too, leading the league in complete games with 9. Who would do that? Nobody's completing 9 games. He also leads in innings pitched, Walker in the NL. Whip, you got Giolito at 5th, and Giolito actually has the 2nd highest pitching WAR, and Cease with the 5th highest. Wow, he really did turn his season around. And then batting WAR, wow, so you got Trout, 2 full wins above replacement over anybody else. But then 3 of our guys in a row, Trey Turner, Luis Robert, Grandal. So yeah, hopefully we can get a couple hits with Moncada to solidify him getting the batting title. Hopefully we can hit 2 home runs with Eloy to get him up to 50. I do have one thing I want to do, and it probably shouldn't mess anything up here, but I want to rearrange my starting rotation because I don't really want Lance Lynn to be our ace pitching the first game. I think I want to go Giolito, and then I don't know, it could be a toss-up between anybody besides Kopech. Really, Kopech just never figured it out. I don't get it. You know what, we'll just do this. We'll just go in order of ERA, I guess. So Giolito will get game 1 of the first series, Lynn will get 2, Cecil will get 3, then Severino, and I'm thinking I'm not even gonna have Kopech once we get to the playoffs. I'm gonna move Kopech because I'm assuming the game will auto send back down Luzardo, and I might just move Kopech to a long relief spot. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get into this final game of the season. Completely meaningless game. It's crazy to think that the Tigers put together a 93-win season, same as the White Sox in real life last year that won the division, but they're still gonna lose the division by 20 games. Just a quick checkup on how things are going. Eloy doesn't have a homer, but Moncada is 2 for 3, so that's really good for him keeping that batting title. Oh, there we go. Move our runner into scoring position here. Oh, we're not going to move him up to third on that. You know, all I hope for out of this game is that it doesn't go to extra innings like the last couple episodes did. If those games were meaningless, then this one, I don't even know what to call it. I'll intentionally lose this game before I go back to the 12th inning. But what I will do is keep going with Giolito because he's actually got a surprising amount of energy left. I just wonder if I happen to throw 2 more innings of scoreless baseball with Giolito in this game, could that ERA sneak under 3? I don't know. I feel like it couldn't, because I think when I was checking the stats for the day after his 2 runs already given up, he's still at like a 306. I just don't know, with all those innings pitched, if 2 more scoreless would be enough to flip that. There we go. There's 2 outs. And we get Torkelson flying to left. Eloy's not locking in. There we go. Now we're good. Yeah, I don't know. Because after a full inning, that only went down to 305 from 306. Ah, that's a weird pitch. You're geared up for like 100. And he drops that in there perfectly. Grandal, that is a bad swing. How did I miss that by that much? And I popped it up with Vaughn. Alright, well, if we're going to want to win our final game of the regular season, it's going to have to be on a walk-off. Alright, I'm not going to go crazy with Giolito here. It's probably not possible to get that ERA under 3, so we'll go Christian Javier. We got to get at least 1 strikeout on that sweeping curve before it's all said and done. There we go. There's our 2 strikes. Let's see if we can get them. Man, I keep getting a yellow on that pitch. What's going on here this season? I'm not getting a yellow again this time. No, I am, apparently. I'm just going to throw it again. We're going to brute force this sweeping curve strikeout. There we go. Still a yellow, but we got the strikeout. Alright, 2 strikes again. Can we do it to a lefty? I forget. Does this pitch work against lefties? Finally didn't get a yellow. Alright, we'll just go up and in with the heat to pop him up here. And a grounder there to second. 3 outs for Javier. Can we just please win it now? Gregory Soto. Alright, well, be patient, sit heat. Sheets. Oh, man. I guess I was pretty much on top of that completely. Oh, we got a run. Might beat this out. He did beat it out. Alright, we'll take his 3rd hit of the game. That little dribbler might lock up the batting title for him. That's kind of funny. Man, I thought he looked out. He still kind of looked out on the replay there. TA? Did I get enough of that? Is it gone? Tim Anderson walks off the final game of the regular season. Doesn't really get any more fitting than that. Man, I don't know where all these homers came from. It said he was at 17. He was having a down power year. like all year, and all of a sudden out of nowhere he got up to 17th on the last swing of the regular season. That's a fun way to head into the playoffs with some momentum. Walking off on the second place team in the division, a team that's also going to make the playoffs, but a team that's 21 games behind when it's all said and done. And there we go. That's going to end the season. I don't think carrying momentum into the playoffs in terms of the momentum meter really matters. So our second half got a 5-star rating. We only came in 9 wins over our expected wins. I'm assuming after the first half, but when your expected wins are 105 and then you come in 9 games above that, that's pretty good, I would say. And our matchup in the first round is going to be Tampa, so I think that means that they would have beaten Detroit in the wild card game, and yeah, they did. So yeah, that does it for this one. That does it for the regular season. As always, we're still going to do our regular season stat recap episode in the next one, so we'll have kind of a buffer episode before the playoffs start, but then after that, we'll get right on started in the playoffs here, and right away, things are looking better than last season. We're actually loading into a game with the lead. So guys, make sure you leave a like on this one for me if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We have so much more of this March to October to play. This isn't even it. This season is not it. As long as it lets me keep playing, I'm playing. So again, guys, thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time.